everybody, it's Old School Nerd. Welcome in. Okay, so Arctis. We need to talk about this because I'm going to talk to this band today, and in doing so, I'm going to try to unravel this, okay? It's a band that is from Finland, but a lot of their stuff is in Swedish. Apparently, I've heard that it's because of the region they're in. It kind of shares cultures. So what if you took the musicianship and craziness that you get from high energy Swedish metal, but you make it dark and alluring and kind of creepy in the storytelling like you're a metal band from Finland? Well, you get Arctis, okay? So we're going to do this reaction. It's called Tell Me Why. And then afterwards, I'm going to have a conversation with two of the members of this band to make heads or tails of what's going on. I'm excited, but I'm confused. It's my two favorite things. Because you guys know, go back and look at my channel. My entire channel. Usually, all the bands that I love had me going, wait, what? Yeah, at the beginning, it was always like, I have no idea what's going on. And that's usually what happens. So, this is probably one of those times. My name is Old School Nerd. This is my first reaction to Arctis.
Stars this time, tell me why I lose myself in neon lights. Tell me why I cannot see the stars this time. Tell me why I lose myself. A house of cards and a king of rice, dancing around your word of price. A lesson learned from a broken heart in your person with the walls. I am not afraid if you try me. Yeah, you try to break me down. Even if the sky falls down, yeah, you said it won't break me down. So tell me why I cannot see the stars this time. Tell me why I lose myself in neon lights. Tell me why I cannot be my stars alive tonight. I cannot believe I was blind to the games that you played.
I'm going to have to ask them about the style of sound. For a lot of people, it's going to immediately scream Amaranth because of that pop, industrial, futuristic energy, right? But because it's not a three vocal, harsh, power male, power female vocal, the focus is on her voice. So it seems a little bigger. Now, I'm not saying bigger than Elise from Amaranth. I'm not saying that. But Amaranth's dynamic is unique because of a three vocalist setup. But Battle Beast with Nuorlohimo has a similar setup, and they're from Finland. But instead of a clear tone power vocal, Nuorlohimo is a raspy, soulful, and Wilson kind of classic superstar rock vocal. Does that make sense? So if you love Battle Beast from Finland and you love Amaranth from Sweden, you're in. It's a no-brainer. No problem. I'm going to find out. Don't worry. We'll have a conversation. We got to get through the song before I can ask some questions. Please leave them all in the description below, and then I'll ask them as soon as I can.
But as stages tonight, I get brighter and take over. Tell me why I cannot see the stars this time. Tell me why I lose myself in neon lights. Tell me why I cannot
Okay. So there you go. Arctics. Okay. A lot going on here. I have questions. Hopefully they have answers. There's only one way to find that out. And I guess that means I need to talk to them right now. Hey everybody, it's Old School Nerd. Welcome in. I have the honor, nay the privilege, to speak to a debuting band. A debut album band from Napalm Records.
Mm-hmm. Brand new.
Arctis. Did I say that right? Arctis.
Yeah.
Arctis. Yeah.
So it's like a combination of artist and Arctic. So you're artists from the Arctic. Is that where that came from, or am I just an idiot?
Well,
No, it's really a continent, as far up north as you can go, in the
but
world.
I mean, in Swedish, it's Arctis. So,
Arctis.
Yeah.
Okay. But you're from Finland.
Yeah.
Hmm? But
Well,
we're kind of almost inside the Arctic Circle. Like the north of Finland is inside the circle. So
Yeah,
I feel
absolutely.
pretty Arctic.
Here's my favorite part. Okay, so when I think about the Scandinavian countries, okay, and everyone says you have Norway, you have Sweden, but Finland kind of sits on its own.
Yeah.
They're part of the group because they all share a similar geographical area, but the culture's very different.
Yeah.
But yet it works so well with their next door neighbors of Sweden, and we're not going to talk about the other neighbor. It doesn't matter. Yes, Santa Claus, the other neighbor. Got it. Okay, so debut album, Napalm Records debut. Are you guys excited?
Yep. It's gonna be
yeah.
very exciting to see what people think when they have the whole thing on their hands. It's gonna be really nice.
I'm glad you said the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because so far there's 2 videos, correct?
Yeah.
I've seen both.
Mm-hmm.
And the cover, very poppy, very energy, but it kind of reminded me of that, how do you say it? That European, kind of like a Eurovision kind of energy, but with a little bit of, in it.
Mm.
However,
Like rock song. Yeah.
yeah, however, the other one kind of does give you hell, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's a sweaty one.
Sure.
So could you explain your sound to people that are going to try to put you in a genre, try to compare you to other bands? Because as a Finnish band, your sound is kind of unique. So explain that to us.
Yeah, Alva, this is your question.
Oh, me? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're kind
What
of
he's trying to say is it's your fault. We're doing this because of you, so you have to call. Go ahead. Yeah.
I go ahead. Yeah. We're kind of a mix of a lot of things, like many influences from everywhere. Like we're not super like metal or super pop or anything. We're somewhere in between and seeing where it goes. And I would say because we live on the coast of Finland, we get a lot of influence also from Sweden. Like we're actually a minority. We were Swedish speaking Finns. So we have a bit of the culture from Sweden also. So if you find some sound that does not sound too Finnish to you, it might be because of that.
Oh my God. I am so glad I asked you. Because I've already done the reaction to I'll Give You Hell with my community. And a lot of my community are Swedish and Finns and a few Danes, a couple Germans. And we were all trying to figure out, like, how does this band sound this way in such a unique way? And then when before we started recording, I asked Bjorn, I was like, Bjorn, are you guys Swedish? And he's like, no, we're from Finland. But the names were like, well, wait a minute. Johansson and all these other names were like, wait a minute. How? Yeah. And then you're just explaining it that it's kind of you're in that unique position where it's kind of a shared culture.
Yeah, we're super Finns, but we're not speaking Finnish as our mother tongue. So, and we get a lot from Sweden, So that's how it is. We're a bit in between.
You've got nothing to say, do you, Bjorn? Nothing. Not a word.
Well, yeah.
You tricked him from the start, Björn.
No, I just set the stage, for you.
My favorite part is when they showed up for this interview, everybody, one of them has their camera exactly placed perfectly squared off because she knows how she needs to look. And the other one literally pops up his phone, throws it on a desk, puts on a hat and sunglasses and goes, "Can you see me? Can you see me here?" And so if it looks a little weird, it's because one of them is primed to be up front in the stage and the other one's just trying to shred this whole thing. Okay, and I mean that in the best way possible. Because people are going to go like, why is your camera so messed up for this interview? It's not me. It's the Finns / Swedish people. When we checked out I'll Give You Hell, there was such an energy to it. And I made a comparison. And when I say the name, I hope this doesn't offend. But I said, she sounds so much like Elise. And their sound reminds me of the energy and that modern sci-fi, very futuristic sound that makes Amherst so amazing. And I thought to myself, with the names of the band, I wonder if they're fans of that band and that genre. But then as I'm listening to it, it's very unique, but it sits alone. Your sound is it has wisps. Like if for fans of Amherst and that pop feel energy of metal, it can go that way, but there's some uniqueness about this. How close am I to that?
Yeah, we definitely heard some Amaranth before and during and after we made the album. So yeah, it's not a bad direction.
Oh. And Bjorn just laughs at me. Isn't that weird that he just laughs? He just keeps laughing at me like it's just no big deal. Okay.
I'm having a great time.
Perfect. Okay.
He's just
So
happy.
yeah, so the idea is, okay, debut album. What are you most excited about on this album? I mean, you've got the cover single, and then we have the first offering from you in a video. The album's coming out really soon. What day does the album come out?
1st of November. Kaboom.
Pretty soon.
Kicking off the holiday season, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And the tour.
Yeah.
And who are we touring with?
With Apocalyptica.
Okay, so not hard then. So you're not touring with any bands that are, really high up on the professionalistic musicianship. We're just gonna go with an easy one. Apocalyptica.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We like
we're gonna go out with cellos, and we're gonna do the entire Black Album by Metallica, and you're gonna love it. Yeah. So yeah, easy. Okay. So
Big stuff.
so you're gonna need to bring it. You're gonna have to bring it, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, we definitely do.
Is there anything in particular on this album that we should look for? Are there any tracks that you don't have to give us any details because I know you can't? But is there any particular track that each one of you has a personal connection to that we should look out for?
I really like Theater of Tragedy. That's like a very... It's very nice because it's about inner struggle, and you have these darker sides of the sound of Arctis. And then, of course, I like really much I'll Give You Hell. It's our fastest song, so it's always nice to play it. And I will leave Alva choose some songs.
Well, I don't think anyone will miss Frozen Swan. That's the majestic big ballad we have. And yeah, that's the one. You shouldn't miss that one because
Okay.
that really brings a lot of North vibe. It's like a snowstorm, but like a ballad. So definitely that one. And yeah, I go with Theater of Tragedy as well. It's the last song of the album, and it's concludes everything in a way.
So would you say that the album is a continuous story in that framing, or is it?
I would say it's overarching themes. We have these themes about freedom and self-realization that goes through the whole album. the song Frozen Swan is about, the stories about the swan that freezes over in a pond, and if a swan doesn't leave in time, it will freeze there and die. And that's an analogy for our own lives, that we had to get out and do this stuff and self-realize ourselves. So we have that. And of course, as I mentioned, freedom is always something that's been interesting us, independence.
Yeah, y'all don't ever have a problem with that. I love history, so I kind of when I first, okay, so it's really weird. So I live in America, right? And growing up, the only Swedish or Finnish bands we ever heard of was like Nightwish and maybe Arch Enemy, because that was all that was played here in America back in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. You could only experience what was played on the radio or MTV. That was it. So we had very little, not only anything from Scandinavian or Norse countries, but European style metal at all. If it didn't translate over, we didn't get to experience it. So when I started this YouTube channel, my focus was to experience metal and music that was not American.
Oh.
What a crazy trip it's been. Okay, so so you go to Germany and those crazy Germans are doing this crazy metalcore stuff that you're trying to figure out how the hell they did that. Like, and then I go check out the UK guys over in England and they're still doing hardcore and they're whipping their arms and they're kicking legs and it's nuts and we love that. And then I shifted
Vikings.
And then I shifted up north and I wound up running into, on my way, I passed through Germany and I'm like, oh, Feuerschwanz. And they're like, Feuerschwanz is like, if you go to Sweden and Finland, you better watch yourself. And I was like, what do you mean? And then I got there and I was like, oh my God. And it's not just the metal. Everyone in America, and I don't know if you know this, but you got to get rid of this. If you say you're a metal band from Finland, Americans automatically think that all of you are going to come out with black face paint, with white streaks, and you're going to sing just black metal or death metal, and that's it.
Yeah.
And then
some Viking metal.
Right? And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm a huge fan of Wardrunra and all that, but it's the folk metal.
Yeah.
It's integrating the culture. And when you put them together in the right way, you're like, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And then, of course, they come in and they start screaming at you. And then all of a sudden there's bodies and you don't walk into forests because if you do, there'll be some folk ancient witch that will drink your blood and then scatter your innards all over the forest. And that's on a regular music video. I'm so happy you guys haven't done that yet. Please don't. It scares me. I like to sleep sometimes. But one thing I did find was energy.
Cool.
Everybody knows, or they should know if they've been paying attention, that pop music was invented in Sweden. There's what's considered popular around the world, but pop that we all know with that energy and that happiness, that joy, that infectious energy that builds in pop music was invented in Sweden. ABBA, and then it just went on from there. All the 90s pop bands that we all love, like Britney Spears and NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, they all recorded that in Stockholm. People don't know that. It's all, But then whenever I'm watching metal form from where you guys are from, it goes everything from the mighty Sabaton, and all these, Nightwish and these monster theatrical cinematic storytelling bands, all the way to Steven Seagal's, where I'm just afraid to go walk into the woods because I'm afraid they're going to invite me to the house and get me drunk and feed me weird food. But then there's bands like you guys, and there's something about the energy, and even on the songs like I Give You Hell, or different songs that have a darker meaning, there is an energy, and there's something in the texture of how it's arranged and the composition that even in a dark, if you just read the lyrics like a book, you feel like it's some kind of horrible tragedy. But there's an energy in the music that inspires you to get out of that. instead of bringing you down, if you reflect to the lyrics of your songs, the energy of the music makes you realize you're not stuck there. You can get out.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping, I've only gotten to hear 2 songs. It sucks. I need more. So
Oh, you didn't hear the album.
I didn't get to. I only have the 2. I only have the 2 releases. So that's why I have to ask.
Oh. Oh, you should have known so much more than we had the previous interviews. They had like they were listening to the album.
Yeah,
Oh,
they don't like me like that. I don't get that. Because they also know that if I know too much, I will literally talk the whole time and not give you guys a chance to talk, and that sucks. So
well, you're kind of doing that.
Damn it! Okay, so you're gonna tour with Apocalyptica. Okay, the album's gonna come out. It's gonna do crazy well. What are your goals? And when I say that, most bands have like a goals for this album, and then they have those long-term 5-10 year goals. Can you share a little bit about what coming now that this is really the first time that we get to officially see you guys here? What can you tell us about your goals as a band?
Well, the short-term goals is that we want to do the tour and get more tours, for next year, and do a lot more, live concerts. And then, of course, we are also working on our second album as we speak, so we are busy like hell. And yeah, I'm recording guitars with Michael actually tomorrow again. I'm doing that, every now and then, so we have stuff prepared. But the long-term goals is that we want to do shows all over the world, and bring our music and the North, to all kinds of people around the globe. And we also want to do this big immersive like concerts where you have like, big screens, etc., and perhaps something more, to make really a big, impactful, experience for everyone.
Yeah, because when Arctis really bloom is when we get all this, even the visual stuff to really, like we want it to be a world, like getting the audience to experience our world, a world of Arctis, not just the music. So that's something that is exciting for the future, to actually like have a bigger kind of show and more visual stuff and things like that. But yeah, and we want to do this for life and make a living from it. So we're like going all in 100%, doing everything all the time now, so that we can just get more stuff out, get more concerts, just go.
Would you say that, based upon what you just said, would you say that your music is we're not just a band, we're not just a band playing metal or pop metal, or just we're making an album, hope you like it. You're actually almost a reflection of the region, your community, from where you're from. It's the sound of the people and the region upon which you guys call home. Would you say that that's part of it for you guys, where you want to share the culture that you're from with people in a way, in that way? Because that's what it seems like, this, what you were getting at. Is it similar to that?
Well, at least like share the beauty of the North, like the climate and everything that happens. Our nature is amazing. Like that's something we really wanna share. And yeah, of course, the spirit of the North is in the people. And I mean, melancholia is my favorite feeling, so to say. So, and that's very Finnish. So we definitely want to like spread, like give Finland some love and show it to the world.
How do you say it? You want it to be like when you're on tour, it's in a Fatria Sant, but it's not. It's still a semester. You want to enjoy the joy of the time, but when you get on stage, it's a Fatria Sant. It's business. It's all business. And your performance style, that's another big thing that I wanted to know, because we haven't gotten to see anything live. And again, I haven't seen a lot. I'm excited based upon the videos. Would you say that you're more, when you're in the live experience, is it crowd interaction, or is it the music speaks for itself, or what is your focus when you do live performances?
That's going to be interesting because we haven't done any live performance at all with Arctis.
Oh,
The first concert is with Apocalyptica in Rock Hall.
No pressure. No pressure.
so it's like straight to it.
Honestly, take a note from the band Bloody Wood from India. They had never played live, and they played 5 shows and then played Vakken.
Nice.
But they believed in the music so much, and the music had such an energy to it, that even if nobody knew anything about them, when they heard the music, when they heard the beat, when they heard and they saw it, they had to come and see more. And once you find those people, they're fans forever. And there is an energy there. So is there anything you want to say before you guys go? Because I know you'll have more interviews after this, but is there anything you want to tell the people that are going to see this interview about yourselves coming up? Anything you want to say before you go?
Yeah, well, go and stream our album and tell us what you think about that. That would be awesome because we read every comment.
Yeah, we're really waiting to know what people think about it. And you just wait for more because there's coming more and you have no idea yet what direction we are taking. So it's exciting both for us and for people, hopefully. And if you don't like it now, I can guarantee you will like it in the future because we're going to do.
I can tell you now that I definitely like the original, the first original. The cover was a cover of someone else's song. And when I saw that, I said, I want to hear theirs. I want to hear the message from their heart. And the energy you had in that video, it reminded me of Amaranth, but at the same time, there was an energy and a performance level that reminded me of bands like Battle Beast. There's no shortage of bands that we need to see more of like that. And I'm excited for it. Thank you guys so much for your time.
Thank you.
Everybody. It's Bjorn. It's Alva from the Arctics. And it's not just a place north of a circle that's always frozen. It's a place of joy. It's a place of people. It's a place of beauty. And I can't wait to see it myself. Thank you guys so much for your time.
Cool. Thank you
so much.
Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you enjoyed this video, give us a like. It really helps the channel grow. Also, if you want to subscribe, right over there. A big thank you to all my Patreons out there for everything you do. And if you want more content like this, check them out above. Remember, love one another, take care of each other. We're all stuck on this mud ball together. We'll see you later.